Hi guys, this is my improved setup to my Eyoyo underwater fishing camera platform. I've put the platform upside down. I put the tray on the bottom with the water wolf attached to the bottom. Then you've got the Eyoyo underwater fishing camera, and then from there you've got a length of rope to a small bait trap that sits on the seabed next to the Eyoyo and the water wolf. I've used some 45-degree fittings. I've also got a carabiner with a length of rope going to the surface, and then I have my dive light, which I can set to white light, red light and blue light, depending on the water depth. I also have the line going from my buoy, and this line here goes to the platform. So I've got 20 feet of cable on the buoy, and I've got 20 feet of cable going to my kayak. And on the buoy I've put a surface light, so that will flash on the surface so that vessels will see it in the water while the camera is in use. I'm also going to be using my fish finder. So it's a Lucky fish finder, so I'll be using that when I'm out in my kayak. It has a float, and then it's on the transducer, which just floats in the water next to the kayak. I've got 50-pound line and 100-pound line from my fishing rod set up when I use the water wolf, and I've just got the water wolf angled at 45-degree angle along with the Eyoyo. So my bait trap will sit just in front of the platform on the bottom, and as usual you have the image of what you're seeing live and recorded from the Waterwolf 2.0. So you get the yo-yo on the surface, giving me a live feed of what's happening, and the Waterwolf 2.0 camera is on the deck, fastened so it can't come off. So that's recording 10-minute clips for about an hour, giving me a live feed, and then the diving torch on the platform will give me light in 3 contrasts. And then I've got my fish finder, my float flashing light to warn other vessels that it's in the water. And I'm going to start making videos on my Night Fox prowl when I'm fishing at night with a green light. I'll be using the Night Fox prowl, so I'll be using that to see at night when I'm out in my kayak. I'll also be making videos on the Night Fox prowl out in the kayak fishing. Let's get the head mount strap. So I've got 940 850 nanometer. I've got a 5-hour battery life, and it records in 1080p at 30 frames a second. So that'll be another advantation for my kayak fishing at night. And I'll be using the green light to attract microplankton and bait fish, and then hopefully draw larger fish in, along with the bait trap I'll have on the bottom there, and the Eyoyo and the water wolf will then see that, and I'll hopefully be making videos that way as well. This is just an update of my first platform for the Eyoyo design DIY. The first design, the legs on the platform, sometimes when I was on the bottom I would be snagging rocks and it would stick in between some rocks, and then when you try to lift the platform you would tear the legs off the base itself, being stuck in rocks on the seabed. So rather than have that happen, I've turned the whole system upside down, so it now hangs from a carabiner and the rope between the two legs. It's now on a carabiner, then it's attached to 20 foot of line, which is attached to a carabiner on my life ring. Then I've got the distress light to warn ships that it's in the water, and then I've got the line attached from the life ring to the kayak. And what I can do is I can raise and lower the height of which the platform sits at with the buoy, and then I can tow the platform along at a set depth. So that will make more interesting videos. It will basically the platform will basically become like a ROV underwater camera with the fish finder to find the fish, and then use the Water Wolf 2.0 to record and then get a live image from the Eyoyo. So I'll have two ways of recording, and what I'll do is I'll record from the Eyoyo screen with the GoPro, and I'll be using the Night Fox prowl at night as well out on the kayak. So that'll be more interesting videos on both the Night Fox prowl and the Eyoyo underwater platform setup with the Water Wolf 2.0, and it can also be set at a depth that then I can tow the whole system along the water just above the seabed at a set depth. I can find the depth from a live feed of the Eyoyo and then set the depth to about 3 or 4 feet above the bottom of the river or the lake or the canal or the Clyde, and then I can then avoid debris at a set height of about 5 feet off the deck or the seabed. But that's an update on my Eyoyo setup. If you wish to copy my idea and do it yourself, post your own videos and see how you get on, but I highly recommend the Eyoyo underwater fishing camera along with a basic fish finder and a Water Wolf with a light on a frame to watch the wildlife of the fish in their natural environments without catching them, just feeding them with the bait trap. The bait trap's not closed, so the small fish can get into it, and then the crabs and different animals that live on the seabed can also get a meal, as well as any fish that come by. Hopefully the seals won't bother me, but we'll find out in the Clyde. Well, thanks for watching anyway guys, but this is a layout of my system that I'm currently using. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you again soon. Cheers for now.